The cheapest way.
Mute your computer. No, your computer. Yeah. I hear you. That was him. Jeez. You have the garage band set up?
Mm-hmm.
Time as soon as we get 100 in here.
That might be the new update.
Yeah, I might.
You hear that? I've been cheating on you for the last 15 years. Can you hear that? I got a whole nother family.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you do with the tags?
I said we can go. I said you can go. You can let it go.
Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. I woke up, then I logged in to that UrbanX where they be flexing with that blog in. Put it down, cause my little homie called in. Had to bail him out, he in trouble with the law again. Black skin can't win in the white world. Seen a brother kill his own kid for that white girl. We ain't wanna go to school, but we had to. Every February it was scary in them classrooms. Shimmy y'all, shimmy yay. Old dirty bastards can't own dirty slaves, so they own dirty masters. Black Dot found a pot as a youngin', broke it down for his son, and now he serve it to the masses. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Urban excellence, a product of my residence. From 4 to 44, Obama was the president. I told mama I ain't tryna go to church. I'm like Adam, every Adam is a product of the dirt. And I've been reaping what he sowed. I got the product, got the dirt. And I can teach you what I know, but then you gotta put in work. You in trouble if you waiting on the government. I told my bro I make it out the hood, and that's a covenant.
Yo, yo, yo.
Welcome back to another episode
Yes.
of the UrbanX podcast. We are back.
For those who are catching us live, who haven't caught us, congrats. Welcome to our live get down.
Welcome to the #1 father and son podcast on the planet.
Yes.
On the planet.
Yes.
So glad for you guys to join us this week. We are here.
You are here. We're here together for another monumental show.
Facts.
We want to provide some information, laugh, joke, cry, if at all possible, share some information.
Yes, that's what we're here
And that's what we're here for. Malcolm, talk to me. How was your week? I know, and it's been busy now that you let the cat out the bag. You got the book.
Facts. Yes. So last week on the podcast, I announced for you guys first that I had a book out, or it's coming out.
Yes.
January 21st.
Yes.
Urban Excellence, Unveiling Extraordinary Stories by Everyday People.
Yes.
And I announced it on Instagram for all my friends and family and Facebook.
Yes.
Got a really good response from everybody.
That was really good, right?
Yeah, it was dope. It was really
and
dope.
the pre-orders have been coming in.
They have.
Like, take.
Thank you guys. Thank you. It is available for pre-order right now on Amazon.com.
And we moving up the charts.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hit the button again.
No. But like it was ranked a little bit.
Yeah, we ranked without even having the book out.
Yeah.
You know, okay.
So it was dope. So with that being said, I guess I want to remind everybody to visit Amazon. The link is in the description below to pre-order.
This is it.
That is the book.
I've been reading through it, taking my time. Some real good stories in this book. Really good. And it's a myriad of emotions that take you up and down. Some people you want to shed a tear. Some people you're cheering for. Some people you're like, wow, I didn't know young people were that bright and on top of their game. So this is a must-have read for those who are interested in the journey to Black excellence, right? Because if Black excellence is the destination, as we say,
Urban Excellence is the journey.
Is the journey. It's what fills in.
Right.
Nigga, it's your book.
Thank you.
Tell the
Yes.
people that shit.
So like he said, that's I guess that's gonna be the slogan then.
That's gonna be the slogan.
That's gonna be the slogan. Then. That's what I've been telling people if they ask me what the book is about.
We riding that.
Yeah. So so for the people who have pre-ordered, thank you. For the people who aren't aware, if you pre-order and you email us your receipt from Amazon.com, we will be sending you a free shirt.
Absolutely.
All you gotta do is pay shipping and handling. But
Absolutely. So pay attention to that.
So what's gonna happen tomorrow morning is I'm going to be sending out a code to everybody who has emailed me back, and then you can visit UrbanX.nyc. You'll see the free shirt up there. Just apply the code, and everything will be fine.
Yes. So that's what it is. That's what it is.
So if you're not subscribed to the blog, subscribe to the blog at UrbanX.nyc for more information. We also have a book signing next January.
Yes,
January
Martin Luther King weekend.
Yes.
We chose that weekend. It's very significant. You know what I mean? People are off the next day.
Facts. So come out and party with us.
Come out and party with us. And we're going to do it up big, yes?
Yeah.
So we're talking book signing.
Yes.
You can get some of this fly gear.
Facts.
You can watch the podcast live.
Yeah, we're going to do a podcast live.
Live. So if you want to hang out with us and you got some questions or you just want to hang out with us.
Chop it up. You know what I'm saying?
And chop it up. So that's what's going to be popping.
Somebody said, what's the email? UrbanX.nyc@gmail.com.
Yeah, UrbanX.nyc at gmail.com. That's the email address. Go to UrbanX.nyc.
Yes.
For the blog, sign up, give us your email address because we're going to be announcing
A lot of stuff.
a lot of this fourth quarter for us. Woo!
See, the thing is, a lot of people, they starting, once the year winds down, they start to like, next year I'm doing this.
Nah.
I got to start now.
You got to pick up that momentum.
Yeah, you got to walk into 2020.
You got to walk into
already
2020 doing it. So our whole game plan is to walk into 2020 and strike a match and go boom.
Facts.
Oh, strike a match and go.
Ooh. You almost fumbled that.
I almost fumbled that.
You almost fumbled that.
Almost fumbled. This Black Supremacy is available.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we thought it would hit a little bit more.
That's been alright.
But it's been alright.
Yeah.
Dude, let me lie to the people
okay.
so they can buy some more of these.
Okay.
We, you know,
I'm just
we starting a not-for-profit for kids, 39 cents a kid. You know, send us 39 cents. Shit. So let's get this thing popping.
Let's get into it, man.
Let's get right into it. It's a lot of things that I'm pretty sure Malcolm has.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So the big news that's been happening, or a lot of people have been talking about, is that Colin Kaepernick was granted a workout by the NFL.
That's good news.
From
Yeah. Colin Kaepernick is coming back. He's getting a job.
That's yet to be seen.
Well, they're starting the process.
Yeah.
He has a job fair where he's the only
basically
participant.
Well, they have pro days when you're in college. So.
But this is a pro day for him. It doesn't get any better than that. He don't have no competition.
True that.
I'm hearing Jay-Z might have put the good word in.
It said Jay-Z had some influence.
Well,
I'm not ready to, because people were talking about redeeming himself. I'm not ready to do that. What I think happened, you want to know what I think happened?
Yeah. Give me your spiel.
What I think happened is Jay-Z's about to make a couple more moves with the NFL, and to avoid scrutiny. With the, what you do for Colin Kaepernick, what you do for, that.
Because he dropped the ball on the halftime, the Super Bowl halftime.
Horribly.
Right? He dropped that. No disrespect to my Latino brothers and sisters who into the Jennifer Lopez and Shakira, but the way he was pumping his chest and talking, we like, yo, it's gonna be Luke, Meek Mill,
right. It
a
was
couple of them cats.
So. I think to avoid the scrutiny of that looming over him, he kind of told them to kind of throw him a bone, like, yo, give him a workout, and whatever happens is up to y'all. And now, what the thing is, what is interesting, because they kind of set him up to fail. He didn't know that this was coming. It was kind of a surprise.
Oh, he didn't even know?
No.
Oh, so opportunity knocked on his door.
Yes.
Oh, that's some good. Son, my mother used to always say, Dwayne, ain't nobody gonna knock on the door and offer you a job. You got to go out and get one.
Right. Now they said.
But now for him.
Right. So here's the thing.
Here's
also the thing. Gangster. Usually, NFL workouts are held on Tuesdays. That's when most NFL teams are off.
And they can scout talent.
Yes. Executives can go scout talent and things like that. They're making his workout day, which was a non-negotiable day, on a Saturday.
On a Saturday when they're traveling.
NFL games are played on Sunday.
And they're putting their final game plan in Saturday for Sunday's action.
I'm traveling. You know what I'm saying? I'm with the team. So, basically, apparently 11 teams are going to be there. The Jets, Giants, the Patriots are going to be there. It's like 10 teams, 10, 11 teams. But what I was trying to explain to my friends is that nobody of real importance are going to be at
It's just going to be held in New York, because I got a team, a hood team that they could use a quarterback.
Atlanta.
They play rough touch. You ever play rough touch?
Yeah.
This rough touch is rough.
Yeah.
And shout out to
I played college ball, y'all.
Oh yeah.
Rough touch.
Rough touch is
rough touch.
In the hood is rough touch. You know what I'm saying? So Crush City, or Crush Committee, is the legendary team around my way, and I'm pretty sure they could use Colin Kaepernick. I'll go represent and be like this. Still have some speed.
Yeah. So, they kind of set him up to fail. And
I told you I wasn't gonna go in on Colin Kaepernick. I think I've done enough of that. But again, this is suspicious.
Yeah.
Either either Jay-Z has something coming down the pipe, like you said, big with the NFL, and he don't want no smoke.
Yeah.
So he wants to throw y'all a bone and see if y'all fall for it, because
we're falling for it. People already hyped. Oh man, we gave Jay-Z a chance. I told y'all to wait and see what he does. I told y'all,
and now he's doing it.
Yeah.
He gonna get Colin Kaepernick a job. But Colin Kaepernick never wanted a job. Yes?
No, he didn't.
This wasn't about a job, right? He had a job.
I want to know, and my whole thing is, like, if he gets his job back, if he's on the football field again, I want to know what was the win.
Right. Is he going to kneel?
Even past the kneeling, what was the win? He kneeled.
If he don't kneel, what does that mean? Significantly in the minds of the people.
I think people are going to look past that.
Really?
Yeah, I think people gonna look past.
So you're gonna show back up to Massa's door, and you ain't gonna take the stand.
I think people gonna look past that. My whole thing is, if he plays, what was the whole point of the outrage anyway? Black people are still getting killed.
That means you lost 3 years of your career, in which you could have been trying to get better at your craft.
I don't know, man.
Because he's a 59% lifetime thrower of the football, and that's not good. I asked Eli, because Eli, he do all the statistics.
That is not good.
Side note, Eli is at 950 subscribers.
Oh, yes.
That means there's 50 of y'all in the room right now that have to go to the Wait podcast. We're going to put it in the...
it's already in the description.
It's just 50, y'all, because remember, our goal was to get him to 1,000. And then once he gets to 1,000, we can, put some commercials in there. Yeah. He can start seeing a little bit of the benefit. So 950 of y'all. We had 600 when we started, so 350 people did that damn thing from our community. Thank you so much.
A shout out to Mass 528.
Yes,
for the donation as
yes,
well.
appreciate you. So Eli is, I go to him for the stats. He said, Dad, 59% for your career that's not good
at all.
Yeah, we just threw that in the piece, and y'all got a piece of what that's about. So we're gonna keep our eye on this to see where it goes. But we as people have to stop falling for the okie doke hopamine, right? Mm-hmm. We talk about this dose of hopamine, and now we get these moral victories in our mind going into 2020. Now, remember, 2020 is significant for your vision, but not this vision. That's the optical illusion. Yeah. It's going to be this vision that you have to pierce through the craziness, because the impeachment of trials, it's going to be a lot of chaos going on before your 2020 shit come online, is what I'm trying to say.
And what I'm saying is, I think I'm having, sometimes I lose faith in people. You know what I'm saying?
Say Ed B, thank you. You're not a sports fan, but I appreciate you, logging on and subscribing to Eli's piece, because he appreciates it.
What was I about to say? I usually don't have faith in a lot of people, and like asses are asses type thing, but I feel a certain shift happening. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are starting to see through.
Right. If you're taking the temperature of the people, people are not falling for the okie doke as quick.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Last week, sandwiches was what it was about.
This is true.
But that's the separation.
Right.
That's the separation for those who understand how that works. So there's always a clear separation when you go, damn, you a savage. Yeah. And I had a sandwich too. So if you want to consider me a savage, but I'm saying I'm God. I mean, God ain't never killed no chicken. I mean, no chicken sandwich ain't never killed God. We've been eating chicken sandwich for 400 years. But I'm aware of this going into the process. Side note, just because I'm on my savagery shit, right? Me and wifey went to see Odyssey at college. Because I told you, every now and then, your first year in college, you gotta go still put your hands on your kids and look them in the face. Now I can hear Odyssey's voice and know if something's wrong, but I still want to drive up there and look into her face, because this college thing could have you being a little wild. Yeah. So what me and wifey did was, because they're college kids, and you know what they're talking about on the campus? Chicken sandwiches from Popeyes. But they have no money and no transportation, because Popeyes is actually a half hour away from her school. So me and my wife picked her up, drove her to Popeyes, and picked up 10 sandwiches for all the kids in her dorm room and on her floor. OMG, they treated my wife like she was a hero from another planet. So that's the kind of savagery shit we into. And they was like, yo, Odyssey, your mom's is just a bomb. So they got it out of their system. And then they was like, they was all right. Some people was like, thumbs up. Some people was like, that was it. Yeah. So, but that was the whole process. To experience it, and then don't have a chicken sandwich every day, because natural cause and effect will fuck you up from having a sandwich of that magnitude. Yeah. But we took advantage, because we do shit like that.
So my gym is like right next to a Popeyes in Harlem, and no matter what time I go, it was in the morning, and I saw the line wrapping around as I was walking past.
Ouch.
I was judging.
Ouch. Yeah, he was like,
And I just came from the gym. I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Look at y'all.
Ugh. So what we're noticing is going into 2020, people are calling out a few more things.
Yeah, I feel like people are just being a little bit more
aware.
Logical as well.
Yes.
Logical as well.
Yes.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Mark G said dot poisoning the children.
Facts.
Fucking them up.
Facts. Giving them drugs. So Instagram, I think we reported on this a minute ago.
But there's an update. Yes.
But there's an update. So the Instagram CEO said he was taking likes away this week, and that you know, a lot of discussion has been created around that because a lot of people don't think it was actually for the well-being of anybody.
They thought it was for Instagram to maybe monetize that situation a little bit more.
Yeah, because here's the thing. So if my likes, I can still see my likes. So I guess I wasn't part of that beta testing. What's going on? But my thing is, if I can still see my likes, right? Nobody else can still see likes or whatever, and it's supposed to be about self-esteem. I can still see that nobody liked this picture if I post it.
Right. So if a young girl has self-esteem issues,
right,
and she's using this because likes are like the new currency, right? And she needs to have it reaffirmed.
Right.
Now, it's reaffirmed to her, you know, but now at least her friends won't see that nobody liked her picture. So there could be some kind of benefit.
But now
she can cry in private, but now her friends can't tease her.
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't see the benefit.
Well, there's always a benefit somewhere. Now, for those who are influencers, who companies want to share and say, listen, we want in, I believe they still have a way to check your data to see if you're doing your numbers.
Yeah, I mean, that's a leverage tool for big brands and influence like that. But I don't know. I just thought it was interesting to see.
This whole thing is shifting.
Yeah.
This whole Instagram, YouTube, all of this stuff is shifting.
I think we should talk about YouTube as well if we're on that note.
Let's talk about it because...
So it seems like to me that first of all, YouTube is like a big ass monopoly now. YouTube, Google. So now you have to just go to these specific platforms.
The number 1 and 2 search engines is Google and YouTube,
which is owned by
the same people.
Right.
Yeah.
So like now, if a lot of people who don't have YouTube, they're probably not up on this, but a new new policy has been put forth after December 10th. Something along the lines of where, like, if your channel is not making YouTube any money, if it's not feasible for them to keep your channel up, they can just take it.
Yes.
Without
any provocation, they could just say your channel is not beneficial to us. And I thought YouTube was about being beneficial to yourself. They made it seem it's called YouTube,
right?
So that it was about you having a platform. But I go back to when they rolled YouTube out. Remember, you could only use 10 minutes.
Right.
There were small 10-minute clips you can put up, and there was no money involved.
Right.
It was just you putting up, and that was the greatest data gathering tool ever created. Because now people from all over the world, and remember, the algorithms is just picking up people's psychoanalysis behaviors, the way they cook things, the way they see things, and then they rolled out the opportunity to make money, and certain individuals jumped on that and was able to capitalize and make money. And I think it became a great tool for independent people to say, all right, I have a product that I think people want to see, and if they want to see it and willing to pay for it, here it is. I did notice that if you had a cat that ran across the keyboard and he got 1 million hits, and if I was sitting there giving knowledge up, I got 39 hits. Yeah. So it became also a tool to compartmentalize knowledge.
Yeah. You know? So I don't know what this is going to mean like for social media in the future.
It's going to mean that
if likes are going away and if YouTube is controlling what you see.
Let me throw the shells.
You get what I'm saying? Like I saw a lot of dumb videos on YouTube. I'm like, on Instagram. I'm like, this is why they're taking likes away because you niggas are stupid.
Yes.
Like I saw somebody popping bottles in Popeyes because they got their sand. I'm like, somebody was singing on the counter.
Yeah, the band.
Yeah, I was like, come on,
In New Orleans, the band was rocking the steel band. But this is telling you that these platforms may become a thing of the past. We always talk about them being a gift and a curse.
Right.
Anytime you're providing this much information, and this is why I keep telling y'all, when y'all get on these platforms, you have to throw something left, you got to throw something right. You have to kind of be all over the place so that they don't lock in on who you are and what you are really about, because these are the greatest CIA tools ever created. They never have to leave the office anymore to collect data. Right. There's no more agents in the field acting like they still have that, but they don't need it as much because we're on these platforms telling on ourselves. We're on these platforms,
that's a fact.
Yeah, providing the information they need, and now they have help from machines to give a psychoanalysis on Malcolm, on this one, on that one. So it's a gift and a curse at the same time as we move further into the age of information.
And people are going to come to terms with who they really are.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a lot of people, if their Instagram page goes down, who are you?
Who are you? Absolutely.
A lot of people's YouTube channels go down. You're not this personality anymore.
Absolutely. So we're always stressing, get out and do something.
Yeah, live.
Get out and live.
Live.
Don't lock yourself in, because
go walk somewhere.
You create these personalities,
right?
But the personality needs a platform. The avatar that you have created needs a platform.
Right.
Without you being able to insert the avatar into some kind of artificial intelligence, it has no life. And we're moving further and further into artificial intelligence on a whole nother level. Yeah. Like I said, soon I'm gonna have to go into the game to find your ass, because you've been in there for a week tripping. Yeah. And you done created a whole kingdom in paradise. Right. And you think that shit is real, and it ain't. You know what I mean? So, and then, somebody got to follow me in, and it becomes a whole process. But that's where they're going, because these tweakers, right, understand that this reality, or our perception of this reality, is not real. That's what drugs is about.
Oh, you said tweakers.
Oh, okay. Tweakers, right? So they're always trying to cook up another chemical to help them just get on the other side of this craziness. And artificial intelligence is going to accelerate that process, the Oculus. You know what I'm saying? Where you're completely submerged in 3 or 4D or virtual reality, and you could do anything you want in there, right? Right. And we spoke about when it gets nasty and you put a butt plug in, right? Because that's your thing. And they going to meet you in virtual reality. And you have to give him the code 725-55252. And you can butt plug his ass. And he can feel that shit. Ball game over.
Gross.
That's gross.
That's gross.
Or the rocket pocket. Women have the rocket pocket.
Remember the episode of Black Mirror?
The episode
I've never
Mirror.
Been so grossed out.
And y'all should have warned me. You and Eli.
I wasn't over here when you watched
that shit. And y'all could have told Dad. Gave me a heads up. Your dad, I know how you are about this shit. Just want to give you a heads up. And I was disgusted. But they were showing you what the potential is. Where right now, the virtual reality, you can't really feel. But when they come out with the virtual reality suits, Chris Middleton, thank you so much.
Thank you for the donation.
Right? When they come out with the virtual reality suits, and then there's fire, you feel the fire. And maybe you can adjust it because you're a narcissist. You might be able to turn your fire up to scolding or whatever the case may be. Y'all think I'm bullshit. I'm telling you where they going. And then more and more people will escape from here, right? And only live there, because there you could be anybody you want to be.
But you remember,
who the fuck want to be here and be the mailman?
Technology was like technology, video games, the internet. That was
no disrespect to mailmen. I was a bus driver. I don't mean it like that. But if I got a chance to be a king with thousands of,
It's so like I remember when YouTube used to be like the internet, video games and things like that. That was supposed to be an escape. Right. Now you actively have to escape from that.
And that's the
Crazy.
point. How does so few control so many? When I watch people in the street, and y'all know what I'm talking about. Everybody's either got something plugged in their ear or they doing this. Nobody looks up. It's all this now, and we become obsessed with that, right?
That's a fact.
So it's not too hard for very few people, the elite, to control so many now, because now they're doing it artificially, and then they put false stories out, stories for you to run.
You know how many times I saw that video of, remember, the robot doing target practice, and he looked like human, and everybody's like, yo, look what they got. That's a fake video.
Yeah, you told me, because I thought it was real.
But the way people were sharing it and how many views
how fast it was moving.
I was like, yo, like if you didn't know.
Right. I even put something up on my Facebook page about lettuce. And it wasn't a fake video, but it was an older video. And I didn't know that.
Right, yeah.
And people still sharing it. I'm like, damn, maybe I should take that down.
You should have took that down.
Yeah, I should have.
Right?
Yeah, I
should have been responsible with your platform.
I was like, well, they sharing it, yeah. Anyway, so that's where this thing is heading. And you're going to see more and more people, especially people with low self-esteem, who would rather create what's that video? The Mims. Sims. Right? That's what that's about. Yeah. Creating worlds and intelligence in these worlds. Right? I got extreme with it with the sexual aspect. Yeah. Because anything, trust me, anything, just like we think artificial intelligence, there are those in the porn community and beyond trying to find ways to keep you.
And fun fact, before we went live, we had to let YouTube know that this video was not for kids.
Right, that's the new thing.
That's one of the new things.
One of the new policies. Is this video for kids?
Right.
And we said Black Dot probably gonna say some foul shit. Nope,
he did.
And I did. I did. So yeah.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So this week the Byron Allen Comcast case started this week.
Okay, yeah. So what's the latest? Any word? I know it starts today, but it's like
it started yesterday. Yesterday was Wednesday. Yesterday, and I think it goes to tomorrow if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And it's getting interesting because you're starting to see a lot of people's true colors on where they align, because Trump's DOJ is defending Comcast. Comcast is paying other people.
Yeah, paying a lot of people under the table. Some people coming out of the woodworks. Yeah.
A lot of people. Some people were in the comments talking about Byron Allen's true intentions. What are his true intentions?
Right.
Who he's actually getting paid for. So it's getting really, really interesting. We're not gonna get like a final word on till tomorrow, I believe.
Okay, I believe the resting, like the last arguments are tomorrow.
Yeah, and it's gonna be tough. I'm not sure Byron Allen's chances on winning.
Well, it's all depending on what you think winning is.
Yeah.
Bringing awareness to a company like Comcast and the stranglehold that they have on what you perceive, is important. So if he think he's going to go in there and take down Comcast, that would be him taking down almost like the American government.
Right.
So I'm not sure if that is going to roll, and I don't think his money is that long.
Yeah, because a lot of people were talking about possibly breaking up Comcast.
That's a possibility because at times when there's a monopoly of some sort, they do say you need to break this up. And if he gets it broken up, I would deem that as a victory.
That would be a win, yeah.
Right? That would be a win because, and what he also made mention of, which I can also see on how Comcast was awarding these cable contracts to black people, knowing black people didn't have the infrastructure in place to lay the cable in the ground so that you can get the cable. So then these white counterparts came and bought them out for pennies on the dollar, and it made it look on the surface as if we did support black people. And this is what we talk about when we talk about black businesses owning the NFL. If they came and gave us right now $50 billion and said, all right, go start your own league, we would have to build stadiums, we would have to have airlines, hotels, doctor, we would have to have all of that in place. And then when they go, oh, y'all don't have that in place, well, we'll come in and we'll give you high position jobs in the NFL, but we'll take it back over. So that's an extreme case of what I'm saying.
Right.
But that's what Comcast did to these black people that they threw a bone to and then took the bone back.
Right.
So he's trying to unveil that. Does he have his own intentions? I'm pretty sure he does.
I wanted to talk about that.
Okay.
Because I feel like at this point, with the internet and with the bevy of information that is available to us, right? I feel like people should understand at this point that everybody has their own agenda.
Absolutely. In some shape, form, or fashion. Absolutely. So by you just saying he has an agenda, that doesn't hold the weight that it used to have, because you could have an agenda pointing out he got a fucking agenda.
That's what I'm saying.
You see what I'm saying? So let's be clear. Everybody's after something.
And
want
I feel like
something and need something.
And I feel like if you peel back the layers enough, you will start to see it.
Absolutely.
You know
Absolutely. So yes, I noticed that he came out on a lot of platforms. Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But if I'm fighting a fight against somebody who has effect on public minds, I have to come out into the trenches and try to sway public opinion.
Remember the people versus O.J. Simpson, when they showed how Johnny Cochran and them had to kind of transform who OJ was.
Absolutely.
He had to be super black, and then
they had
kind of swayed the opinion.
They changed, and then they made it about race.
Yeah.
And it won the case.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So this is something that is Johnny Cochran had an agenda. He had an agenda, right? So stop thinking agenda just always means bad. Agenda could be good. You can have a great agenda.
We were talking about the Godfather of Harlem.
Yes.
Adam Clayton Powell, who, like, a lot of people have a lot of great things to say about him. I live on Adam Clayton Powell Boulevard.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Now you're telling people where you live, where you work out.
Nobody,
all right, soon. Okay.
They don't know where I'm at, man.
All right.
So, like, if you watch that show, he associated with Bumpy Johnson.
Yes.
But he had an agenda. He even had to play nice at times with Malcolm X, but he
had an agenda. He played Malcolm X. He played Bumpy. He played people in the street. He played Congress. He had an agenda.
Malcolm X, if it was an episode where Elijah Muhammad came and pressed Malcolm X on even associating with Bumpy Johnson.
Absolutely.
And then he had an agenda. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
At one point.
He had an agenda by having Bumpy's daughter be his eyes and ears. So let's get out of the mindset that agenda is... Everybody wants something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I just want to put that out there.
Yeah. So I didn't lose any points with Byron Allen because he showed up all of a sudden and could articulate and galvanize people to at least focus in. Because remember, a lot of times it's where you put your energy at. So if enough of us focus in on his case, that's how magic works. What are y'all, crazy? We spend a lot of time up here talking about magic, right? Mm-hmm. That's the way magic works. All of our attention focused on that brother's energy, because the agenda for us could be we could win something. They might start giving away Comcast deals, and I'm lining up. They gave Al Sharpton $750,000 for his TV show. And I've never even watched.
I didn't even know he had a TV show.
On Comcast.
I didn't even know.
See what I'm saying? Because Comcast is, they greasing some hands and all of that. So he's 750 racks. I think we can get more people to watch us than fucking Al Sharpton. No disrespect.
That's funny.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So they had an agenda.
Yeah.
When they had to come through and see all these black organizations, NAACP and this one, and put money out there so that when we lift up their skirt and try to reveal them, they go, see? We do work with black people.
We were just talking about the NFL with Jay-Z and Colin Kaepernick.
Agenda. All day.
You know what I'm saying? But, we were about to go to commercial break, pay some bills.
Yes, let's do that.
We will be back.
We'll be back.
DJ Dr. Funkenstein here from Uncle Jam's Army, and class is now in session.
As a young man, I was able to go to these jams in the park and watch this magic take place called hip-hop.
Hip-hop is higher infinite power healing our people.
Now, out here in the West Coast,
B-boying has been taking place here in Los Angeles long before 1973.
The OG, West Coast freestyle star.
What is Uncle Jam's Army?
Roger started doing Alpo.
This is where Egyptian lovers.
Oh, Uncle Jam's Army had a huge impact on the West Coast. I mean, they were so deep in talent.
Everybody looked forward to Uncle Jam dance.
There was so many people, you really couldn't do that much.
They became the major party promoters in Los Angeles.
Everybody would go there, listen to music, and we do our thing.
I started in 1977.
I went to a lot of parties around LA at that time, the Eve After Dark.
I opened up a club called Eve After Dark.
They was DJing, it was Dre and Yella. I understood why Wrecking Crew was so well respected.
Dre was a young guy on the very stage. I don't know how Dre got on my turntable. I let him in the club, but I didn't give him permission to go on the turntable. When he got through performing, everybody in the club stopped.
Hip-hop rolls out of the East.
The whole West Coast was born out of a feud.
There would be no West Coast hip-hop.
But it was set in the West.
Back in effect.
We are back.
That was a trailer from Set in the West, the documentary that I'm in. Right?
You look young.
I was young. Yeah, I was young.
You look young.
But now you can go Prime Video. Like if you want to see your dog on like primetime TV, you could go to Prime Video and be like, yo, my dad's a star. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in that documentary a nice bit. Nice bit.
I saw, you know.
Nice bit. So shout out to Wolfgang Amadeus and all of them who put that together. It is a very dope documentary documenting West Coast hip hop, some of the pioneers, and the origins of the culture.
For the people who think you are against West Coast hip hop.
For the people who think I'm against West Coast hip hop, never that. Never that.
Right.
Thank you for somebody who gave us some money. I saw it.
Yeah, we saw it. I want to shout you out.
Maurice Parks, we appreciate you.
Thank you for the donation.
Thank you for the donation. Absolutely.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So there was some outrage earlier this week.
Outrage.
Because Alicia Keys said something about letting her son be able to polish his nails and... I wasn't surprised by the statement, but yet I was surprised in a sense because I've always thought Alicia Keys was a little free, you know what I mean? And how she went about, you know what I mean? Right.
Her life. Let's just call it that, right?
So that's why you weren't surprised.
That's why I wasn't surprised. Okay. And the way she was rationalizing to her 4-year-old son that he should be able to polish his nails in rainbow if he wanted to kind of threw me off because I'm old school. 4-year-old kid, you know what you do? You sit your ass down and you watch cartoons. And if you got to go to the bathroom, you let me know. That's what growing up in my neighborhood, 4-year-old kids do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if I give you that look, that means you done went past your line, and when we get home, I'm going to tap that ass. That's what that means when you're 4 years old growing up in a black neighborhood. This, open white philosophy to let your children express themselves. And then when he said to his moms, not verbatim, but basically I feel kind of funny doing my nails because people will judge me, instead of her saying that maybe that as a 4-year-old, that was his way of articulating that maybe guys shouldn't do this because of his natural instinct as being a male. She flipped it and was like, no, you shouldn't have to feel restricted if you really want to paint your nails and this and that. And she took it way down that rail. And I'm surprised Swiss Beats.
Yeah, I was. But again, I think it's another example of. Remember what I said about Dwayne Wade's son?
Yes.
Like he's kind of too famous to be against it.
Because if he does go against that, his allies,
right,
and how he operates within the matrix, will start shutting down his opportunities. So he has to kind of go along. A lot of them go along to get along. Right. And if you're in that industry, you got to be like, well, hey, I support this and that. And if you just came out and said hashtag bury me with my nuts, if I catch my son even thinking about some shit like that, it's going to be a problem. Then you're going to be sitting on the outside of the industry and the outside. And remember, Alicia Keys and, these celebrities, they hang in the industry and it's filled, right? That's the home. That's the resting place of a lot of, LGBTQ. So they feel very comfortable amongst each other. So, I just thought at some point, at 4 years old, you shouldn't be making no decisions except which cartoons Uncle Wayne is going to put on. Like when my niece and nephew come, the only decision you make, are you hungry? Yeah. All right, I'm going to feed you, but what? Because you're getting ready to get out of Uncle Wayne way. Which, is it Disney? Is it Pixar? What is it? Oh, okay. Now sit here and relax. Right. That's the only decision making. Isaiah Bryant, thank you. Peace of the family. I'm late. It's all good. You here? Pre-ordered my copy, so looking forward to seeing you.
It's coming to the book signing.
Coming to the book signing. It's gonna be monumental.
Yeah, we're gonna get back to you with the email with the specific. So tomorrow we'll have the specifics about the book signing.
Yes, we'll have all the specifics.
All the specifics.
Let me get ghetto. All the Pacifics. All the Pacifics will be laid out. So, back to what I'm saying in reference to, we have to still take a stand, because now if you become 18, 19, 20 and you're on your own and you want to polish your nails, if you like it, I love it. That's your business. Yeah. Because I can't control your whole life and can't be with you the whole time. You know what I mean?
As much as they said, like, these new age parents want to say, like, you can't choose a child's gender for them. You have to let them choose on their own. I feel like most of what they're doing is steering them into a more
and confusion.
Because I feel like you have a natural instinct
to know that you're a male,
right?
But if
that girl's pretty, you know
she's
what I'm saying?
Pretty.
Right.
And if I hit her and she hit me, that means we like each other. And I used to do the notes. I don't know if that was around when you was around. Do you like me? Yes or no, or maybe so. And maybe so, man. It could happen.
It didn't say no.
It didn't say no. I took maybe so as I got a shot. So I don't know how they do it now with the Instagram and all that. Send $40 to my Cashapp and shit, and we can talk. I don't know how they do it now. You know what I mean? But I just felt that I was a little unsettled. You know what I'm saying? For you now giving a 4-year-old, because what if he told you he want to, he want to get real funky with it? What if he told you that? Well, you're a little too young for that. Right. But you can paint your nails and wear a dress and wear eyeliner in hopes that, what do you think is going to happen? Who do you think he's going to attract? You know what I mean? Right. So I think, again, and I've been to an Alicia Keys concert, and it was 85% gay people there.
I remember you told me that.
85, and that was because I was in the dark. I like Alicia Keys. Right. She's a little cutie pie. And we had great seats. Me and wifey, we came.
Got the wagon too.
And then we looked around, and it was 85% gay. Yeah. And that was me go, oh, see, they know their peoples. Like Tank, who did the show with all the gay guys, and they was holding that gay guy up, and he opened up his bussy for him and all. So they know their people. And so with that being said, I just felt it was a little, and I could be old school about it. For the people in the chat, if you think I'm way out of line, let me know. I'm always willing to listen to some things.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So there was some white people who were outraged that John Legend was voted sexiest man alive this year.
Okay, well,
no, we will end this stream now.
He's a black man. Yes.
Yeah.
He won some shit. Yes.
Don't do this.
He won some shit. Urban excellence.
So go ahead.
All right.
I'm not a part of this. Y'all seen me stop him.
I will reserve that.
Just congratulate him.
Okay, but here's the thing. The reason we put this up, because this is not for me and you. No. That's against man law.
Facts.
For us to decide. So ladies, y'all in the chat, is he the sexiest man alive? Or is he your definition of a sexy man? Because it's against man law. I just was gonna big up any nigga winning in a contest. The nigga's winning. You gotta big it up. But what do y'all think out there in the chat about John Legend? Winning. And is he the definition?
I wonder how they.
What's the criteria?
Yeah,
Because I didn't even see my name in the running. Like I'm a black man, sexy. I got a little bit of pushing for the cushion, a little cushion for the pushing now. You know what I mean? So, lady said no, he's gay. No, hell no, oh hell no, hell no. Hell, epic fail. Not at all. I don't know what those memes mean.
That means they throw potato.
They're throwing tomatoes at his ass. So there it is. Our contingency of women in the chat.
They have spoken. Thank you guys.
Have spoken. Now I can clap. Thank you for that.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
We like the participation. That was funny. That was the fastest I've ever seen you guys respond to anything vaccine.
Facts. In fact, his wife might be a more sexier man than he is. I don't think that's breaking man law. His wife is a lady.
We had a rule that said you can't talk about people's wives.
Oh, shit. Yeah. I broke that.
Yeah. That was uncalled for.
I'm not drinking no craziness tonight. That was uncalled for. That was
funny, though.
That was fun. But I think I can beat him in a fight. Just my opinion.
If you want to step.
If he want to,
He still has, I think two. Like, I've never seen people put out two smash albums back to back.
Yeah.
Their first and their second be classics.
No.
His first album's classic.
No, that's classic. Classic. Ordinary People and all that. Those classics albums. And he don't even talk to Kanye West. Kanye West discovered him, I believe. And he said recently he don't even talk to Kanye West.
Oh, because of the whole Trump stuff.
Because of the whole Trump situation and shit like that. So
this has nothing to do with anything, but it kind of bothers me how much politics, how much people try to steer you into voting for the party they want you to vote for.
And then when you don't, they take it personal.
Yeah.
That's a little weird.
It's weird
and just people's politics in general. That's why you got to be careful because people take that shit personal.
Yeah.
Like, what you mean you're not against Trump? I'm against all of those presidents. So Trump is no different. No, but he's the worst. Is he? You know what I mean? Right. So, there was some who were slave owners. Right, who got goddamn slave teeth in their mouth.
This happened.
And Trump is worse? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sandwiches? Subways? Sandwiches? So, but I'm glad our people responded to the John Legend thing because it would be against man law for us to do so.
Thanks.
And that's all I needed to know. And I don't know what their criteria is or who they deem to be, any of that kind of stuff.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So last week, this was last week.
Last week,
a trailer got. I don't know if it was leaked. It looked like it was just put out. It was of Alpo and his new documentary.
Alpo, the famous drug dealer from Harlem. They did movies, paid him full.
Alberto Martinez.
Martinez, yes.
From Harlem, from the East Side.
Yes.
East Side Harlem. He did like a little, I guess, walk through, a drive through, basically of how everything happened with the Rich Porter situation. Everybody knows the story based off the Paid in Full movie.
Yes,
that it didn't happen that way,
and they know it based on him giving his story from jail,
right,
through Don Diva magazine, the Feds magazine, and there are other people who told the story. So the story is not new.
Yes. The story is not new, exactly. So he kind of gave, he was in the car, basically said, yo, I had him here, and then he was still living, and I dumped the body here. It was nasty. The whole situation was nasty. But then I was reading the comments because what I do now, I kind of, like you said, check the temperature of the people. I read the comments.
Yes.
And a lot of people were just like, yo, he's still around. New York got a whole bunch of snitches. New York is soft. And then I was even trying to explain to somebody, I have no faith in anything happening to him.
I'm starting to think he's gonna start showing up at parties just on some old. What's good?
Not only because I just made the point, like, people that had beef with him, the people who he did wrong, they're like your age now. They have families. They have.
Yo, what you trying to say?
I'm just saying. You trying to go outside and kill somebody?
Nah, son. What? Put the band back together. Do what we used to do.
Yeah.
Nah, son. That ain't popping. That is not gonna pop. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, I'm not sure if that's the New York.
Now, if this
embracing people who rat, or
here's the thing: if this was the mob, true mafia, they might have some people to tap you.
See, here's the thing too, because people like
Sammy the Bull is
out. Michael Francis, he's doing interviews on Valuetainment. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's giving it all up. He talked about their initiation processes and everything.
Wow.
He's still out here.
Yeah. Well, this is what I think, and this is my opinion on this. I was very disturbed.
Yeah.
And I was only disturbed because I thought about Rich Porter's mother. I thought about his family. You know what I mean? And for have them 30 years later to have to relive that situation, that would hurt me if I had to watch the dude who killed my son now come out and he's going to monetize what happened to my son. Bowser, chill. Right? He's going to monetize what happened to my son and relive the details and then tell me his man had killed him, but I thought he was dead, and then he made a sound, and I basically put the final touch. So it became a nasty situation. I believe Alpo is a narcissist.
Free world boss, thank you.
Free world boss, thank you. Yes. Exactly. He's a snitch, but he put that work in, so people still respect that side of him. All facts. Here's the thing. I think he was ahead of his time. And what I mean by this is this. Alpo was always a show-off. I need you to understand that. I grew up in that era. I'm from New York City. He used to ride these damn ATVs on the sidewalk in Harlem. One time, he was talking to some girls in a car. And I believe they pulled up next to a cab. All facts. He got out of the car with his gun, banged on the cab driver's door and told him to take the light. The cab driver took off so he could move up next to these girls and continue his conversation. He used to secretly tape girls having sex with them and show them to all of his boys in the game room. So Alpo has always been flashy, flamboyant before it became what it is today. So now he does 15, 20 years, whatever it is, he's coming out in an era where that shit he was doing is now the norm. So he's able to step in and not be as outdated as people think he is. He ain't coming out like my man in I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. It was one of them joints where he had the fish tanks. He was an old pimp. He came out of jail. He had good time, and people was laughing at him because he had the old pimp hat and high heel shoes with fish in them shits. He's not coming out in a time that he's an outdated gangster. He's actually right on fucking time.
That's crazy.
That's the crazy shit. When you think about it from that standpoint. So now he's relevant, even just as relevant than when he left. It's sort of like I said, Dennis Rodman was ahead of his time. What Dennis Rodman was doing with all the tattoos and being free, that's the norm now for this generation, right? When we ostracized Dennis Rodman when he was doing it, because whenever you do something that's ahead of its time, there's a scrutiny behind it. Bowser, get out, go.
Messing up our stream.
You get a Scooby snack later. So you understand. So now he's coming out with all of this glorification of pimps and hustlers and making and snitching. 6ix9ine. You know, so now snitches are being accepted. So he's coming out in an era, and one thing about Alpo, he loves attention. So even if they gave him a new identity and all that other shit, that was only gonna last but for so long, because he wants the attention. And he ain't no sucker.
Right.
So you got to be clear with that too. This ain't no sucker. This is a nigga whose body count is long. Right. And his old crew, a few lieutenants probably realigned with him. I wouldn't be surprised if he still had a couple of $1 million somewhere. And I also wouldn't be surprised if he was a government informant at this very moment, put back into the streets to do whatever. I'm not throwing anything past anybody. So the whole situation just disturbed me on him reliving this Rich Porter situation. They showed him in his house on the phone, come out.
Nice house, too.
Nice house, you see, living well. You're driving on the corner here, yeah. You know, it's became something, and I know, and then there are those people who say this. If somebody's going to tell your story, you should tell your own story, right? So now he's in a position to tell his own story. Mark my words, he will be in the club with rappers very soon, in the video with rappers, because we've accepted this as a way of life, as a part of the culture. And again, I didn't know him. And, you know, again, that was a Harlem thing, but I knew enough and I seen him operate.
Right.
I seen him operate and was like, yo, this dude is out there. So I would not be surprised if he's back, you know, damn, in the hood, hanging. No? Yeah. Damn. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
I think this is something important we have to talk about. Nobody's really talking about this. I'm seeing it more and more. A lot of these black women, these black girls are going missing.
Yes.
At an alarmingly high rate.
A very 64,000 was the noted number of missing black women in America, and it's probably larger than that.
I don't. For the people who you probably on Twitter or social media, you probably seen a lot of these. Yo, my cousin is missing. Yo, this is missing. Retweet.
Yes, please retweet.
I saw like 8 in 5 minutes while I was on Twitter scrolling. I was like, yo, what the hell's going on here?
Yes, it's a lot going on, and I had to give Odyssey a heads up because they said these college vans, or you know, these vans are showing up at colleges and they look like church vans trying to recruit people for church, and they're actually sex traffickers. So, you know, whenever I hear anything of that nature, I'm always keeping, you know, everybody I know, but my daughter in particular, abreast. And then there are a lot of times the people around you be with that.
Yeah.
So, because I have a very good friend through my wife, and that's all she deal with is sex trafficking, young girls, and they have these parties, or they become recruiters. And you don't really know them that well. Come to a party with us, and you get to the party, and they scoop you up, and then they don't know what happened to you, and they make a little bit of money on the side. So you have to be careful of being around people you're unfamiliar with. You know what I mean? So it is a process, and I wouldn't know how to act if my daughter was missing.
Right.
And then you're thinking, are they torturing her? Is she alive? And that's not even including the organ harvesting.
Right.
That's a whole different division, or the adrenochrome.
Somebody they said that.
Yeah, so there are multiple levels of this, and for that many, and then there are these transgenders who want uteruses now. You know what I mean? And for what reason, I don't know. But you know, it's a lot going on, and now, to me, that used to be a little quiet secret society thing, and they scoop up. Now it's like anything goes. You could be in a mall and you pull up next to a van, and in the van they throw you. So you have to be diligent and aware at all times. To my sisters, to my brothers, who they just looking to scrape your insides out. This is an all-out war we're dealing with, and you know, some light needs to be shed on this situation, because this shit is getting crazy.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of videos, people talking about, this one girl said she went to the supermarket. It was an empty supermarket. It was an empty parking lot. She went in, came back out, was a van next to her car, and then she said she was just like, whoa.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Right.
And then she said that she wound up walking back to, you know, call security, to have security walk her to her car. The van left, and then she said, yo, can you check the cameras? She said, oh, the cameras don't work. She's like, oh, they probably knew that the cameras
They probably knew the cameras didn't work. Yeah. There was a young lady who said the Uber driver tried to scoop her up. So this is becoming
Lyft drivers, all that.
Lyft drivers, yeah, it was one of them. So we have to be aware at all times. and sisters got to start carrying that mace with them.
And share. You can share your location with somebody.
Yeah, but they probably take the first thing they do is probably snatch your phone.
Yeah.
You know, this is a horror movie. This shit is a horror movie.
There's actually an app where, like, if you feel you're being followed, you can press it and it'll alert the authorities for you.
Well, we need to have. Everybody needs to get that app.
Yeah.
If you know what that app is in the chat room,
I'm actually gonna look this up.
Put that in the chat for us, and because that's something I want to start putting up every week if we can think about it. Get this app, because we have to use technology to our advantage as much as possible, because this shit is turning into a horror movie.
It's called Noonlight. Noon Light.
Noon Light.
Feel protected 24/7. You can press and hold the button down anytime you feel uneasy. Release it when you've reached your home, car, a safe destination. Enter your 4-digit PIN. And if you're actually in danger, release the button and do not enter your PIN. The local police will be notified of your location.
Okay, that's again, that's Moonlight. If they don't take your phone from you. But that's good for any situation that you're in.
Facts.
That you don't feel safe. You walking home from the subway or something, you don't feel safe, or you in a car with somebody and you feel that they're trying to take you somewhere.
Facts.
You can press this and use technology to your advantage.
Also, as Dave Chappelle said, gun ownership.
Yes.
Legal gun ownership.
Yes. Absolutely legal.
Pack that thing.
Birdshot. Buckshot.
Yeah.
And then it's straight Jamaican buckshot.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we're about to take another commercial break. We'll be back. After these bills.
Early enough to get started on the laundry.
Please don't tell me it's my week to do laundry.
Or you could do what I did last week and order Fresh Spin.
Fresh Spin? So it's just that easy?
Yep. Confirm and book.
And we're back.
And we are back. That was a quickie.
Yeah, a quick commercial. So,
but that was a dope commercial.
Yes, very dope commercial. So, this commercial was for an app called Fresh Spin.
Fresh Spin.
It is a local, it's an app for laundry pickup and delivery.
Like
you saw the commercial, you don't feel like doing the laundry yourself.
Yes.
Put it in the app. They'll come pick it up for you.
They come get your stuff.
Yes. So, dope story about this app. This app was the brainchild of one of my good friends, Kenny Aqua.
Kenny Aqua, what's good out there? See, we show that love.
You know what I'm saying? So for the people who keep up with our platform on YouTube, we actually did a profile on his not-for-profit organization.
Yeah, he gave away book bags, school
supplies, and things like that. But he also is a business owner. He owns a laundromat in the Bronx.
Oh, yes.
Called Fresh Spin.
Yes.
So the laundry. So for information on the app, they're available for pickup and delivery in the Bronx, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Long Island City. They just opened it up to Brooklyn because people were asking about it. This is super dope. I'm super proud of my guy.
Yes, you went to high school with him.
Yes,
played football with him.
I did.
He's a very nice dude. His parents are very nice. I've met him a couple of times.
Right, he's a brilliant dude.
Brilliant guy. So we're not the only ones making moves. When he said he was doing a laundromat, I said that's cute, but because laundromats make bread. Yeah. But when he implemented this app,
and he demoed the entire app for me.
Oh,
super dope, super intuitive. You can even say you have a particular problem stain on the shirt you want the people to get out for. You can actually take a picture of the stain.
Ooh.
And then they'll get it when they get the
and they'll get the readout.
They get the readout. Oh, okay.
See, that's using technology to your advantage. Right. So this is a young entrepreneur who understood the laundromat is stagnant. It's in one place.
Right.
Or it don't have to be stagnant.
Right.
We can bring the laundry to you. This is like an urban excellence story.
This is an urban excellence story. You know what I'm saying? He didn't make the book.
Okay.
Next book though.
Well, I didn't make the book. He didn't make the book. So a lot of important people didn't make the first run.
But yeah, so and this is the thing as well. Don't be fooled by the competitive apps out there.
Oh, okay. Now this app is serious business.
This app is serious. One, and here's a difference too that those other apps don't have. Their own laundromat.
They don't have their own laundromat.
They don't have their own laundromat.
Oh, they're using somebody else's laundromat.
Come on.
So he's gonna take your stuff from A to Z,
right,
and guarantee quality.
So with these other apps, the other laundry pickup and delivery apps, they're using a third party laundromat that your clothes can get lost.
Or they don't get the stain out.
Right, or they don't get the stain.
And they go, that ain't my problem. I just pick your clothes up. He's not saying that. He's saying, give me your clothes.
Right.
I'm gonna bring them to my people.
Right.
I'm gonna guarantee the work and get them back to you.
Right.
Can't beat that.
So it's called Freshman. It's on iOS, Google Play,
iOS, any of your apps. It's a free app to download.
It is a free app to download. Yes.
Free app to download. And is he giving away like a discount or something?
I believe there is a discount code.
If you put in UrbanX, we need to talk to Kenny about that.
We're going to talk to Kenny about that soon.
Right, so if we're going to talk to Kenny, it's not official, but he is the boss. So he don't have to say, let me go talk to the boss. Yeah. I can say, Kenny, listen, if people put that UrbanX in and they want you to come get their clothes and you know, and so that'll be a dope looking.
And for the people who watching us right now, you see the picture, you see the laundry bag with the Freshman logo. You know who did those?
Oh, we did those.
We did them
bags.
We talk about cooperative economics.
And working showed together. Up and was like, bro, I need these bags done.
He said, I've been watching your podcast. I heard you got printing equipment and stuff like that. Yeah,
so he threw us something lovely.
You know what I'm saying?
Tina, Heath, thank you so much. Appreciate your support.
So
that's the cooperative economics of what we're talking about here. Right? Yeah, that's a great.
So shout out to Kenny, shout out to Freshman. He has a partner as well. I don't know his name, but shout out to
your whole team. The whole
Freshman team. Go out and download that app if you're in those areas you need your laundry picked up.
And like I said, in a day or two, I'm gonna talk to Kenny about an UrbanX discount in there for first time users, especially if you're in the New York area, and it will expand as it gets more. When he puts a laundromat here, there. But he wants to control the whole process and guarantee the work. So I get that.
And it's crazy. This app, the whole process. We were up on this months ago, but he wanted to get everything just right.
Yes.
And I had no idea all the work it took to put into that stuff.
Oh, man. Absolutely.
Especially an app and to make sure it did this, to make sure it didn't say this, but it made sure it worked correctly for the people.
So you got to do your beta runs.
Yeah, super dope.
And then I'm pretty sure even as an app, when you come up with new ideas, you update the app. Yeah, that's dope. That's
he even
really
has an ad up in Bay Plaza in Co-op City.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, man. He's doing big things out here.
Oh, he's doing big things out here.
Kenny doing
big boy business. And again, that's an urban excellence story. Definitely. He's from the hood. He's he knows what it takes to navigate some things, and now he's living it up. He's living it up. I love it.
You are tuned into the sounds of UrbanX.
So rapper Kodak Black got sentenced to 3 years and 10 months in federal prison.
What did he exactly do?
He bought guns illegally.
He bought guns illegally.
In Florida, in Florida you can buy guns.
Oh, you can buy guns.
But he's a felon in Florida.
Oh, and he couldn't get somebody he knew who wasn't a felon.
He actually signed it himself, put a fake name or social something like that, lied to say he wasn't a felon.
Is he slow?
Listen.
Is he slow?
Listen.
First of all, as these rappers, they're following you, they're watching you. Your hands are supposed to be squeaky clean.
Facts.
Right? And you're supposed to have a buffer system around you. Shahisha Puller, thank you. We appreciate your platform and hard work.
Thank you.
And we appreciate your support.
Thank you.
So you're supposed to have a buffer team around you that you can trust that handle all of that kind of stuff. You ain't supposed to touch no guns, and then no drugs.
I don't know if you remember when he was driving somewhere like across state lines by himself, and he ended up in Canada.
Right. And couldn't get back or something, right?
in, and then they searched the vehicle. He had the burner on him.
Oh, yeah, he had the burner on him. Yeah, so that means that you're slow. That means that you don't have the capacity, the mental capacity to think this through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And those are the guys that get caught. And his music wasn't that important to me anyway.
Yeah, a lot of people were hurt by this.
I wasn't, don't get me wrong. I'm always talking about I don't want to see any black men go to jail.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just do dumb shit.
The judge said, I get young people do stupid things, but you've been doing stupid things since you were 15.
Okay, so he must have a track record of just doing dumb shit.
And then he also has a couple other pending cases.
Oh, okay. So he didn't learn.
Yeah, he actually had a fight in jail and beat up one of the CEOs,
Okay.
Yeah, so crazy. And then he has a sexual abuse case.
I heard about that. So he's a little, maybe this time to still himself, will put him in a situation where he'll come out and think different, because the music gives you an opportunity to clean yourself up. Yeah. But if you already got a lot of negative things following you, the music can't save you.
So, and then, this has not. It was with Kodak Black, but he was featured on the Davies album that just came out, and Davies took his verse off because of what he said about Lauren London.
What did he say? Something about he ready to get with her or something?
He said, "I give her a little time to grieve," basically.
And that showed me that he was a little off. You don't ever in the climate that we're in make them kind of statements about somebody like Nipsey Hussle.
And you know what's crazy? So when Davies said that, he made that public, people were just like, all right, but he also had a sexual assault case that was pending. And
that's true too. But the sexual assault case, he's not guilty per se.
True.
Right? So this is, how the industry goes. Some of these chicks are after money grab. Not saying that that's what happened.
True.
So whenever we get that, we always lean like, we'll let the system play out. But you said that shit about Lauren London and Nipsey Hussle. So, in that sense, I do understand. That's sort of like...
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
It's sort of like that TED Talk piece by this white guy recently, and he was talking about black...
Yes.
Michael Smith was his name? Or?
Yes, and how black people are allowed and often encouraged to talk about their own community
in such a negative light.
Yeah.
And he used the Rick Ross situation as a glaring example.
Yeah.
Rick Ross could say anything he want, but the minute he mentioned date rape, now you can't say that, and Nike or Reebok has to distance himself. But they didn't have to distance himself from them when he was talking all the negative stuff about.
That's a good point.
It's a very good TED Talk. You need to see it. It's running around now, through the social media outlets. The stuff that we knew already in our hood.
Right.
But when you hear white people just put it in the face of other white people, a lot of times it becomes glaringly, true.
Yeah. So this kind of goes back to the missing girls situation, right? Didn't you tell me something about Pornhub?
Oh yeah, Pornhub, and for those out there who got the accounts, they are now not accepting payments through PayPal. And what that means is that what I didn't know, they were sort of like a YouTube for porn.
Gotcha.
So you could display your sexual videos, and because they said all of the other major banks had already pulled out of that situation because of some new sex trafficking laws.
Because it was some girl that was missing.
DJ Skelly B, appreciate you and the Skelly B vibes. Thank you.
And
happy on your birthday? Happy solar return. Appreciate that, Sankofa. Pre-ordered that book. Congrats. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Don't
so
forget to email us.
The very last method of payment that people
we're using was PayPal.
Was PayPal.
Got you.
So now PayPal is backing out of this. So a lot of these chicks, as we spoke about, who have no true identity, and this is their only source of income, they're about to be screwed.
What's going to happen?
They're about to be screwed. And again, we spoke about that whole system has been devalued by the $40 price. Once it became etched in stone that the price is $40, now it's over, because there was chicks who were probably getting much more than that, but I'm only paying $40. Because that's what it say. And when I get my 2 midgets, I'm paying $20 a piece. Hey, I'm not paying $40 for midgets. So now, can you invest in franchise to bring down south? Well, I'm not sure if you're talking about the laundry mat situation, but he does own some property down there. You know, not to put his business out there. So I'm pretty sure he's looking around for locations, and you might be able to get in on that. We'll keep you posted. But so now you're going to see a scramble for people trying to go to Cashapp, and what I didn't know and I found out today is if you send somebody some money on Cashapp and it's the wrong person,
it's a wrap. Yeah,
it's a wrap. That's your ass. They got no insurance on that. So I advise you to send somebody $1 first.
Yeah.
And then if they get the $1, if you send in large amounts, and then once they get the $1, you go ahead and send over the rest because. So now you're gonna see sex workers. I don't know what that means. I mean, Instagram is changing their policies a little bit.
Yeah, I'm really fascinated where this is about to go.
Where this is about to go. Y'all can't all go to Dubai and get dumped in the throat. You know, y'all can't all make that trip. So it's gonna be interesting. You know.
Yeah.
I got 20 apiece for both midgets.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
Monique is back at it.
Monique is back at it. What's the issue now?
She's suing
Monique?
Netflix for discrimination.
How's that even possible when their whole staff is black and everybody they keep giving money to is black?
I don't know if their whole staff is black.
No, I don't mean the staff. I mean every Netflix show I watch is black people.
Yeah.
So what's going to be the basis? Because usually a discrimination case means you're discriminating against me because I'm what? Either I'm black
or a woman
or a fat black woman. I don't know. What's the angle of it?
Yeah. I don't get it. And then they just had, and then remember we said these companies, if they're racist or not, they do these things to where it kind of makes them ironclad. So what they did was they gave Tiffany Haddish a special, paid her bread.
Yes, paid her bread, and she brought a whole team of LGB homeless women who she grew up with.
Right.
You know,
and let them do their own little specials.
And that was a pact that they had made to give Tiffany Haddish a little credit. She grew up with these comedians, and they all had made a pact. Whoever makes it, you throw that rope back. So that was her way of throwing the rope back and putting some of her friends on Netflix, and it was a pretty decent special.
I remember you told me you kind of enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. It was a pretty decent special. But that was her way of doing that. So then, they got all these programs. All these comedians are cashing in.
I don't know.
You know, big time. So I don't know on what basis, but I am rooting for her because she's a black woman and she deserves her money. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
All right.
I hope she win. I hope they settle. I hope she asks for $50 million and they give her 20 and she wins.
Yeah, I don't know. How much?
Just my humble opinion. I ain't rooting against no black women or black men when it comes to the system. I am not.
Oh, shout out to rooting for people. Melo got signed to the Portland Trailblazers. Yeah.
Which is what I said he should have went from the beginning.
2 years ago, right?
2 years ago, when he left New York, I thought Portland, Eli, we'll discuss this on the wait on Tuesday on Eli's show. You know what I'm saying? Plug. We still need 50 subscribers to get him to 1,000. And we will go into it in more detail.
Right.
But I said Portland was the perfect spot for him because Dame Dollar and McCullough are dynamic point guards, and they need somebody good to put the ball in the basket. And one thing Melo can do is put that ball in the basket. It's a non-guaranteed contract, but that's okay. That's okay.
That's all right.
You know what I mean? That's all right. Ain't no problem.
Yeah, bro.
Ain't no problem. You know, he'll earn his money, and he'll go out on his sword the way he should go out.
Yeah.
He should go out with in the playoffs, on a playoff run with the Portland Trailblazers, and then, you know, let it fall where it may. Portland is the home of Nike.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure he's a Nike guy.
Yes.
Don't quote me on that. And he could just maybe, you know, extend himself. Yes?
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Netflix, they announced that Eddie Murphy's doing Beverly Hills Cops 4 for Netflix.
For Netflix, yes. Clap that up. Not that I want to see that shit.
Yeah.
You know. Unless he's playing the role of Danny Glover now, like, I'm just too old for this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But let's see what kind of, you know, Eddie's trying to reinvent himself. He's got to Come Into America. He's going to do Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
He's going to do some live stand-up. And if it culminates, or he has a Netflix deal to do a stand-up movie and maybe direct something, because he did the Dolomite piece.
He did.
So his money is long. He got 10 kids.
Netflix is trying to stay in the fight.
And they just collaborated with
Nickelodeon. Yes, because
so
Disney Plus launched this week.
Yes.
And Disney is trying to...
I copped that. I gave them $6. Give me that Disney shit.
They taking on all challenges. They're knocking out all bums.
They're knocking out all bums, baby.
Because the thing was, when Netflix started, right? They started the revolution against cable, where we can watch all the shows we want. We can binge them
when we want to watch them.
When we want to watch them, people started gravitating towards Netflix. They started something incredible. Like, they really changed the way we watch television.
Yes, absolutely.
The thing was, they didn't own any of that content.
That was the problem. They was using other people's content. Now people are going, yo, I'm gonna need my content back.
Yeah, I need that. Like,
I'm gonna need that.
And people saw it because I think Disney was kind of on it first. They just started pulling their stuff. Like, wait, we own all of this stuff. They bought Fox. We own that. Yeah, we own that too. Give me that.
Right.
So Disney, and they bought Hulu. So like, Disney owns a lot of content. The only thing is, my opinion, because people say, oh, Netflix is done. I think if Netflix doesn't panic, they continue on their path, I think there is a marketplace for them. It'll be number 2, but I don't think $1 billion, like a multi-billion-dollar company, number 2 is that.
Yeah, but
bad.
Here's the thing, and this is what most black people are gonna say. I'm not gonna be paying $5.99, $6.99.
It turns into cable all over again.
Right, it's turning into cable. I might as well just pay $49.95 and get everything. So the reason I left cable is because there was nothing on. Right? So damn if you're not gonna piece me off and sell me the same deal. I ain't going for it. I went for Disney because Eli, he's a big Disney fan, Marvel movies and all that shit. But other than that, I'm not gonna be doing all of that. And I gave you my Disney password.
Needed that.
And if you get out of hand, I'll change that shit. I'll change that shit on you. I'll change it.
So, and I thought it was interesting because Disney, all these people were like, even when Netflix partnered up with Nickelodeon, people they have for the last like 10 years, people have just been profiting off of nostalgia.
Yes,
that's all it's been.
Yes,
with every form of entertainment now.
Yes.
Music we sample to the bone. Movies we've been remaking
the same fucking movies,
or a sequel that is 10 years past its prime, past the time we wanted to see it.
Bad Boys 4, was it 3 coming out?
Coming out. I'm gonna see it.
Oh no, I'm invested in 1 and 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna see that.
So I got a marriage with the series, and I'm gonna see it. But I'm just saying.
So, but yeah, that's I thought that was interesting. I also think, me personally, I think that the comic book fanfare is gonna level out.
Okay, because there's a lot of fake blurs now. A lot of people who ain't really comic book nerds,
and I think
who are riding that wave, and it's getting little.
And then if you pay attention, like a lot of like the real uppity directors, Martin Scorsese, like they talking real slick about Marvel movies.
They talking very slick about the Marvel movies, but the Marvel movies make $1 billion.
Yeah, so it's kind of like
every Marvel movie is $1 billion. And if I'm sitting up at Marvel Studios, I'm like, I don't give a fuck what you think about these movies. Right. We put $1 billion on the board. $950 million for the Joker.
Yeah.
It took $60 million to make the movie. So they up $900 million.
Yeah.
And by now it's probably $1 billion.
Yeah.
Come on, son. Don't talk to me about that little army movie you want to make and shit. $300,000 and we might break even and shit. Because you got a moral to a story. Nope.
Yeah. Speaking of Martin Scorsese, The Irishman comes out.
That's on Netflix too, yes?
Yeah, I think next week maybe.
Okay, I definitely want to see that.
I'm gonna check that. Yeah, it's like 3. It says 3 hours.
Yeah, that's the old school way. Yep, it's a gangster movie. We definitely want to see that pop off.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
We have another Urban Excellence story.
Oh, okay. We getting loose.
Yeah, we got another Urban Excellence story.
And Urban Excellence is because of the book here. Yes?
Right.
Yes, so we named it Urban Excellence so we can tell 11 amazing stories of everyday people
doing
extraordinary things.
Yes.
Right? So if black excellence is the destination,
urban excellence is the journey.
Urban excellence is the journey. Right? Yeah. Before you can pop them bottles and do all of that,
you gotta go through
your trials and tribulations. So this book is chronicling. I'm so proud of this young man.
Thank you again, guys. Thank you again for the people in the chat. Thank you again, family.
11 stories of everyday people. And then, we always highlight stories all the time. So we know that this is going to be a continuation process. Yes. And if you two short midgets, talk to me, you might make the book.
So this story is actually
don't judge me.
This story right here is actually a continuation.
Oh, okay. See, we got continuation.
This is one of the first Urban Excellence stories we did.
Okay.
This story comes from DJ the Money Coach.
DJ the Money Coach.
Yes.
Side note,
we had the webinar.
That webinar.
Yeah, we had the webinar on Tuesday.
Oh, you don't know what you missed, bro.
Yeah, for the people who in the chat who
was in the webinar.
Yeah, y'all got some heat.
And I was sitting in there listening to the whole process, soaking up the knowledge.
Yeah, 2020, I'm about to.
Yeah, 2020. I think if you follow just even 25% of the steps he laid out, you gonna be ahead of the game.
Real quick before we get into the story, he gives a booklet basically that you can use to vet other professionals. So even if you don't go to him, you want to vet this
as a guideline.
If they don't know about this, they don't know about that, you go, nah, it's not. You know what I'm saying?
That's great. Right. Because what that does is that places that's like going to a mechanic and already knowing what's wrong with your car.
Right.
Because I hate going to mechanics and they go, yo, it's the alternator, this, that, and that. And they charge you $1,000 for something. But now you go in saying, yo, I'm answering a series of questions, and that'll make them sit up in their seat. I've done it in different, scenarios. And that puts you in a position of power, and you can vet them. And if they don't meet your criteria, you move on. I like that. Right. Yes.
Real quick, Junpo 610, no cap. So we actually talked about cap like an hour ago, bro.
Yeah. You gotta rewind the tape. Yeah, we did.
But so this story is about his son, Rodney Bradford Duransburg.
Rodney Bradford. What up, Rodney? What's going on, man?
So we did a story on him last year. He was, he's like 15. He did a summer at an engineering program at college. Yeah, he's really smart. So this year, at 15 years old, he got accepted to Texas A&M Engineering School on a scholarship. He's 15. 15
years old, and he got the scholarship to Texas A&M.
Yep.
That's big.
DJ is really proud of his son. He said he works his ass off, and now he's accepted into the top engineering program in the state.
And you know how big Texas is.
Yeah, they only accept the top 1% to their program.
Yeah, sharp young man. Absolutely.
So shout out to if you were, wondering about, I feel like anytime you want to learn about somebody, you got to look at their kids.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And his youngest son was a baseball player, sharp too.
Yeah, he's sharp. Yeah.
He joined us on one of the interviews I did, and he was just talking about dividend stocks, and he's really sharp too. And he's a hell of a baseball player. Rodney is too.
Yes,
Rodney is
absolutely.
Too, actually.
Absolutely.
So shout out to DJ, shout out to Rodney, shout out to everybody who joined us on the webinar on Tuesday.
Absolutely, because we don't want to just talk about it. We really want to be about it, and we really want to extend. We're meeting some amazing people behind the scenes that have services to offer that we're proud of.
Right.
Because we ain't going to put our name behind nothing crazy. You already know. So we want to extend this to you. And if you missed this time around, okay, every 2-3 months we bring it back up, because everybody's financial situation is different at different times and their understanding of things. So we want to constantly provide positive stuff, but we also want to shed light on those who are positive, who are doing some great things in the community. And Rodney got that popping. I need to call him about some technical stuff. I got some genius ideas way back in my head. I'm not going to let him loose until Rodney graduates, and then I'll go, yo, son, I can cook this up. Yes. I've been trying to kill my wife.
You are tuned into the sounds of UrbanX.
What? She tried to kill me? Every time I go into the sink, all the knives are pointing upward. Is that a coincidence, Malcolm? All the knives are pointed upward, hoping that when I grab a cup, I cut a vein or something, so she can have all of this.
It's your problem.
So I need him to invent me something like I can shoot a gamma wave at her and make her fall.
So Pharrell, he partnered with Richard Mille, the watch. That's the one Odell Beckham had on.
Oh, the watch.
During the game.
Okay, yeah.
They partnered up for a watch, and it costs like $900,000.
Okay, I want one.
Like,
yeah.
You almost pay $1 million for a watch because you got to put insurance on that.
Yeah, I want one.
Damn.
We're many influencers, but if you send me one, I will wear it.
That's insane.
And I will tell you if the time is different on this watch than it is on my goddamn cell phone. Yeah, that's crazy. 900,000.
Yeah, so like I don't understand the partnership. I don't like.
Well, name the person again. You said who?
Pharrell.
Pharrell is a mover and shaker. You know.
I guess
he wears banana
coat dresses.
Coat dresses.
Yeah.
And shit. And so yeah, I guess that's a good look for him.
The rapper, West Coast rapper Badass died in jail.
I heard. Shout out. Our condolences go out to him and his family. He got arrested. I don't know what for, and I believe he had some lingering health issues, and that might have brought about a stressful situation. And he passed away. So our condolences go out to Badass and his family. Now there was no hanky panky, no, with him in jail, right? Nothing. Because when I heard the story, I thought, he got arrested and then he died in jail.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, so if anybody in the chat knows the latest, our West Coast brothers and sisters, please let me know. If there was something weird.
Yeah, I didn't.
About that particular situation.
You said hanky panky, my mind went.
No, because you have a dirty mind.
No, I'm just like,
I'm still thinking about my midgets, and if they're gonna go for $20 a piece.
Just like, what?
I'm just saying. So can we go to another commercial?
Do we want to go to another commercial? Or we want to just take questions?
Do we have another commercial? I don't know. Do we
have another commercial?
Yes.
Okay, let's go to another commercial. Let's do that.
We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Superior Shea Butter Blends presents Shea on You, the best body butter on the planet. A superior blend of shea butter, cocoa butter, and mango butter infused with 14 essential oils. Originally created to combat eczema, this superior formula also combats psoriasis, rosacea, all forms of dry skin, and acts as an insect repellent with naturally occurring SPF. So soft, so superior.
And we are back.
So if you notice, none of those commercials today were ours.
Right, because people are starting to put that money up. That's that shea butter.
You know what I'm saying?
And that shea butter's the truth right there. Shout out to my man DN, Arian L, or Adriel as he calls himself now. Yeah, that deals with acne and all that good stuff.
So if you want to promote with us, you can reach out to us.
Yes, reach out.
You know what I'm saying? We'll promote
and we'll definitely promote some other things that are going on. I think it's time for us to do another commercial. I have something.
And you're gonna tell it on the podcast?
No. In my Scorsese mind, I have something. So we'll get to something. Let's do a question and answer. How about that? Let's get some of that. What's going on in the chat? Some things we could talk about.
We want to remind you, visit shopUrbanX.com if you want one of these hoodies. It is hoodie season.
It's hoodie season.
Especially in New York. It's cold.
It is brick. It got real brick real fast.
If somebody said nothing surprises black people every year like winter.
Yes.
That is a fact.
We are surprised. We know it's coming,
yeah.
And we still like, holy. Yeah. Facts. So it's hoodie season. Get these hoodies.
And also,
did y'all see the Jason Mitchell interview on The Breakfast Club?
He was lying. I don't know if he was lying.
Who's Jason Mitchell?
That's the one who played Eazy-E in Straight Outta
Compton. Him.
The one who everybody dropped him. His agency.
Oh, yeah,
shows, everybody dropped him.
Yeah, he's got some issues he's got to deal with. When everybody drop you like that, then it's hard for me to back you with.
They were asking him like, so if you didn't do anything, why didn't you sue? He just kind of like, I don't know, and it was a lot.
What do you think about the Tyreek and Ados? I don't know nothing about any of that. Tyreek and Yvette, I know nothing about any of that.
I've actually been up on it, but I'm not going to talk about it.
Okay, he's up on it. I don't know. So you know me, I be like,
not gonna do it.
You know what I mean? So I don't know what's going on with that. Phil Valentine doesn't say the earth is flat. He says we're in an infinite plane. Okay.
That's what he said.
Set in the West. I'll hit you up about it. I know some things that happen with badass. Okay, RIP. That's what I'm saying. Hit me up at UrbanX.nyc at gmail.com. Yes. You know, and because I like to know a little bit more about what happened to
How can I get my hands on that step-by-step book? Okay, you can reach out to DJ the Money Coach himself. His information is not in this description. It's in the last video we did.
Yes, 7 Spheres of
money.com.
Money.com.
The number 7 spheresofmoney.com. You can reach out to him.
Yes.
What else? Also, don't forget to hit in the description. Go to Amazon.com and pre-order you one of these.
Please pre-order this because we moving up the rankings.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? For self-help books.
Yeah, I really think you guys are gonna enjoy this book.
Oh, you're gonna enjoy it. Definitely gonna enjoy it.
Do. What else? What else is about to say? We tomorrow. Subscribe for the people who have subscribed to the blog. Look out for your emails. We're gonna give you information on how to get your free shirt. We're gonna give you information on the book signing as well.
Yes. All of that stuff will be solidified tomorrow. And then we're going to just go full blast ahead with the promotion. We're going to be beating y'all on the head because we want you to make the trip. If you're in the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Boston, Philly area, we want you to make the trip up to New York City for something monumental. And there's going to be some guest appearances. There's going to be a lot going on. It's Choke No Joke coming up whenever. You know what I mean? Whenever.
Facts.
That we already told. He could just show up. And bing bong, I'm here, and we will set it up and get it done for Choke. So that goes without saying. Shout out to Choke No Joke. I heard he got his new Yeezys.
Oh, from Kanye?
From Kanye?
Oh,
yeah. Kanye, I'm a size 13.
So, somebody said, did you see the Lakeith Stanfield on Charlemagne? Him saying that the Breakfast Club and Shade
He gave him the donkey of the day?
Yeah, because he said all of those platforms, most of these black platforms are actually anti-black.
Most of them are, in the grand scheme of things. Remember, on the surface, they're just looking to reel you in with a lot of propaganda and bullshit, but nothing really true progressive comes out of that. They become hubs so that they can monitor the black community. We all know that.
Well,
and I think that's what he meant by that. That's just my opinion. He can give me the donkey of the day too. Shit.
So here's the thing. Because when Charlemagne gave him the donkey of the day, he kind of made some great points about Lakeith himself.
Okay, now I didn't see all of that. Yeah,
because he said like he's one of those people who only goes to the white platforms on red carpets and stuff like that. Totally, you get what I'm saying? So it becomes
an agenda with something else.
You get
okay,
what I'm saying?
All right, yeah. So that was just my piece on the surface of not me understanding that black radio is not playing black songs because they like black songs. You know what I mean? They're being paid to play these songs because it helps, monitor the community. And no different than the reverend,
right,
the local dude on the radio,
right,
the pimp. They all have a role to play in keeping you people in check.
Somebody said that Byron Allen interview was very enlightening. I would love to have him up here to talk to him. Byron Allen?
Yes.
That's a fact.
Is he coming?
If he reach out.
Can somebody reach out to Byron? We can get that done.
That'd be fire.
Blacked out, how old is the planet and how long have black people been on Earth?
That's a very specific question.
I don't know. I just know that it's very old. The planet is a breathing, living thing. And now, it may be time to move on, but that's just me.
Did you have a check out the DeHaven interview on?
I saw bits and pieces of the DeHaven interview.
Didn't check it.
I saw Vlad trying to box him in about Jay-Z's participation in drug selling on the corner, and DeHaven did his best to deflect by saying, yeah, Jay-Z, he did some things, but, and he kept trying to press him. Well, when you went to go do major deals, was Jay-Z with you? And DeHaven tried his best to deflect as much as possible. At this point, if you go up to see Vlad you should be able to be. You should be prepped before you go there.
Yeah.
You should have your man test you.
Yeah.
Like he Vlad and go, no, you can't say that.
Yeah.
You can't say this. And prep. So I didn't think he gave up anything much, but I didn't see the full interview, so I'm not really sure.
Oh, Undercover Brother 2, that's out already? I gotta check
Is that out already?
I'm about to check that tonight.
And they smear the woke pro.
It's
woke
basically
movement?
Black Dynamite. You ever seen Black Dynamite?
Black Dynamite. No.
Hilarious.
No. Okay. You got to ask Dr. York that. Yeah, about the earth, size of the earth, and how long it's been here. Yeah.
What else? I saw another question. What do you think about this Trump impeachment stuff?
I started watching. I don't get too much into politics, and it was the Republicans on the stage grilling
the whistleblower.
The whistleblower, and they were trying to make Trump look good.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So I believe the Democrats come up next, and then they'll make him look bad, and then we'll see where it goes. But anything you see coming into 2020, it could just be a performance. There could be, a shutdown. It could be a number of things. But don't think that any of this stuff is not planned.
Apparently, Kanye is going to Joel Osteen's church.
I heard, and the tickets is free, but you got to sign up for him. Or he's going to do a 2-part series with Kanye. He's going to do a sit down on how Kanye refound Jesus Christ. And then I believe that night Kanye is going to do his thing with some performances. But I already told you with the Kanye situation, you get in where you fit, and you do not have to take that ride with Kanye if you don't believe in none of that. I'm only in for the music and the artistic expression, and he let me down this time. That Follow God shit is hard. That number 2 song or 3, that shit is hard. The rest of that shit I can really do without. But again, this is his journey. Stop attaching yourself to people's walks of life. I understand, like I broke down in Hip Hop Decoded, that naturally we are governed by the celestial stars that guide us and give us information, and now they cut us off from that and created a matrix and have given you superstars, the Kanye star, the Jay-Z star, the Beyonce star, and when they shift and move these stars, it has an emotional effect on you. It can fuck your life up. So go back to the celestial, break through that matrix barrier, and you won't have any issues, and these people will just be acting a fool on their own. None of that shit'll be, Yeah, Eric B is out of jail. Clap that up. Fucking with that black man. After 17 years.
Yeah.
Right? 17 years.
What kind of thinking goes into that? Like, let's go get him.
Yeah,
like,
right.
After all this time, like, we've got nothing to do.
We ain't got nothing to do. We sitting around. Let's go mess with Eric B. And his lawyer had told him at the time that this case was over. From what I understand, at the time it was an assault thing or something small, and for 17 years he had no issues with the law. Wasn't like he was a repeat offender. And then they go get Eric B and they put him in that orange suit like that and make that king look the way he looked. But I'm gonna tell you something, and what I know, you don't fuck with Eric B. You know what I mean? He ain't one of them dudes. So he was sitting there being cool and calm and collective because he reformed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you know what I mean. But he's also on a show, I think it's called Code Blue or Blue something, in which he plays a police chief. How ironic is that?
Yeah, really?
Yeah. Something to that effect. But shout out to Eric B. We glad he home. We hope him and Rakim can continue touring. I know Rakim is on a book tour right now. So we hope that little glitch didn't mess with the God.
Free Spirit said, of course, everyone has an agenda. Every agenda is different, and I don't think he should be heralded for what he is doing by the black community. Okay.
That's fine.
Cool.
That's fine.
Cool.
No issues there. You know what I mean? No issues there.
Cool.
Everyone has their opinion on the situation. So, and Black Thought from the Roots is giving a hip hop masterclass on how to MC at Carnegie Hall.
It's free, right?
It's free, but I believe you have to sign up for it, and it's for MCs between 18 and 35, so I'm out. I can't go learn how to MC. How about that shit? You know what I mean? But you can go, and I believe it's from February 2nd to the 5th or something.
That's funny.
To that effect. And he is qualified to teach you how to do that.
Somebody says you guys should start a segment where you take calls so people can voice their perspective and have a conversation.
No, because then the show will be 5 hours.
Yeah, no thanks.
Because it'd be like, yo, because the way I see it, son, and you know what I'm saying, because he did that shit. Nah, because when I was 5, you know, I didn't know that the candy wasn't free. I reached over the counter, I grabbed it, and it'll become a long, drawn-out process.
No, thank you.
And we don't want to create. There are other platforms that give you that opportunity. We're Virgos, so we're control freaks. Both of us are Virgos.
Yeah.
So we control freaks. We want to control the narrative as much as possible.
Like, you ever go to like a lecture, a book signing, and they give people an opportunity to ask questions,
and then people go way off course.
Yeah, it's like, what
or
was the
they
question?
give you an answer. They just wanted to hear themselves speak. Yeah, because you know I'm from so and so, and back in the day, well, you know, I'm gonna get to your book in a minute, there, young man. But UrbanXNYC, you know, that no stuff going on.
Yeah.
But when I was growing up back in '62, you know, I always kept a knife on me. I just got home and shit, and I don't want to, you know. And then it becomes, you know, so so we don't want to do all that. We don't want to do all that.
Do you think at all Jay played a part in Colin's workout? A bit, maybe a little.
If he did, I mean, what's the point? Jay-Z said himself, this was not about a job. That came out of Jay-Z's mouth.
And then if this is because a lot of people are giving him, points for giving him
kudos.
So if that's the case, you actually set him up to fail.
Absolutely.
You gave him a workout on a Saturday, the day before people have a game.
Absolutely.
You didn't. You sprung this on him because he didn't know about this happening.
So now he's got to mentally.
He had 2 hours to make the decision whether he wanted to. The date was not negotiable.
Oh yeah, dude. That's
you know what I'm saying?
That's furthering somebody else's agenda. So we can say, oh no, he had his opportunity, and 11 teams have passed and moved on. So if that's the case, but remember what Jay-Z said. He said, come on, man, this ain't about a job, man. I mean, well, you know what it's about? You know it. So he was letting you know it was never about a job. It was about a cause bigger than a job. And Jay-Z mentioned some really, what was that funny shit he said? Actionable items.
Yeah.
We're moving on to actionable items. I still don't know what the fuck that means. Yeah. But that's where he went with that. And so now, if he is involved with it, trust me, Jay-Z has his own agenda of something that could go down.
Somebody says red and blue pill turned 44 today.
Let's clap that up.
Is this a big year for them?
This is that year. If you follow anything that Blue be breaking down about the law of 44, so they just hit that magic mark. And I want to shout out red pill, blue pill, major pillars in the community. 44. That means they've been in the conscious community their whole lives.
Wow.
You know, they've been around. Well, Mama Pill has been healing people for years, and now Kamani is out here keeping up the torch of some of Sabi's teachings. So it is what it is. And when we get together, we'll put one up, something.
All right,
something, a drink or something.
With that being said,
we're
about to get out of here. Shout out to the people who are watching us live. Every week, every Thursday.
Yes, and hit that like button.
Hit the like button.
Because there's 900 people watching, or 800, but it's only 300 likes. I could do math very good.
That don't add up.
That don't add up.
But shout out to the people who watch us. Shout out to the people who listen to us on Apple Music.
Yes.
Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn Radio,
Audio
Boom. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you guys who've been pre-ordering my book. I really appreciate the support.
You get a t-shirt.
You guys get a t-shirt. We will send you more information about that tomorrow.
Right, yes. And definitely by next week, we're going to cross all T's, dot all I's, and then you'll have 2 months to make your decision. Put some money away because you coming to New York. You know who you are. I want to see you.
Facts.
I want to see you. Let's do that. Show this young man the support he needs to help, him fly off and do what he got to do and, get his thing going.
So with that being said, peace.
Peace. We out.